Hey guys, so today we will be beginning with the first topic of the English grammar, that is the sentence. So let us begin with the definition. So what is a sentence? A group of words which makes a complete sense is called a sentence. So everybody can note down this definition. If you keep a book and a pen with you, it is like good. You can note down all that what I have shown here. A group of words which gives you a complete meaning is called a sentence. So now we'll see the kinds of sentences. There are four kinds of sentences, that is an assertive sentence, an interrogative sentence, an imperative sentence and an exclamatory sentence. So we'll see what is an assertive sentence. I've given sufficient examples for all of the sentences, and for all the topics that I've explained in this video, I've given sufficient examples. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comment section below and feel free to post your doubts. So what is an assertive sentence? A sentence that makes a statement or an assertion or declares something is called a declarative sentence or an assertive sentence. So it can be a statement, an assertion, or it is like declaring something. Whatever sentence you have, that is just a statement or an assertion or that is declaring something is called an assertive sentence. So look at the examples. Robert is writing. It's a simple sentence. It's making general statement. That is, Robert is writing. Next one, we bought a new sofa. This is also just a simple sentence. We bought a new sofa. Next, my mother has gone to the market. It is telling you something, right? It's a statement. Next, we look at interrogative sentence. A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. Look at the examples. How are you? When did you come? Have you watched the movie? Okay, these are some of the examples. These are quite simple. This will just be like a revision for you guys. Next, imperative sentence. A sentence that expresses a command, an order or a request is called an imperative sentence. Look at the examples. Stop talking. This is like a command. The teacher tells the students stop talking. So she is like commanding the students. Okay. So express is a command. Next, an order. If somebody says you, get me a glass of water. That is like an order. He is making an order to you that he wants a glass of water. Get me a glass of water. That is an order. A request. Please pass the ball. If somebody comes to you and says, please pass the ball, that is like he's making a request to you by saying, please pass the ball. Next, we look at exclamatory sentence. A sentence that expresses strong or sudden feelings is called an exclamatory sentence. Look at the examples. Alas, the dog is dead. It's explaining, like the sentence is actually expressing a strong feeling, right? Alas, the dog is dead. Here, next sentence, next example. Wow, what a beautiful house. This is also an exclamation. It's some feeling, right? You see a house and you are like, wow, what a beautiful house. So these are the examples of exclamatory sentence. I hope whatever I have explained till here it is clear. If you have any doubts, I am again repeating, please post it in the comment section below. So we'll move on to the next topic, that is every sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. So now we'll see what is a subject. The part which names the person or the thing that we are speaking about is called the subject of the sentence. Okay, please note down these definitions, and when we'll go through the examples, the definitions will become more clear. The part which names the person or the thing that we are speaking about is called the subject of the sentence. What does this actually mean? Now, if you have a sentence and like maybe the sentence is something like Ram is walking. So, subject is that part which names the person or the thing that we are speaking about. That means now in the sentence, Ram is walking, we are speaking about Ram, isn't it? We are telling Ram is doing something, Ram is walking. Okay, so Ram is the subject of this sentence. Okay, next. Predicate, the part of the sentence which tells something about the subject is called the predicate. Now predicate, what does it do? It tells something about the subject, like it tells in the sentence Ram is walking. It tells us that Ram is walking. Is walking will become the predicate of the subject. It is describing what Ram is doing. That part of the sentence is predicate. So is walking becomes the predicate. Now we look at a few examples related to the subject and the predicate. So look at the examples over here. The first sentence says, the stars were twinkling brightly. So which is the subject and which is the predicate? You can pause the video for a second and then mark the subject and the predicate. Copy down these sentences first. Mark the subject and the predicate, and then you can resume the video and check the answers. I know it's pretty simple, but it will be like a quick revision for you guys. Okay, so I'll tell the answers. The stars, we are referring to stars. That is, we are talking about the stars here. So the stars becomes the subject. I will underline the subject. Okay, and were twinkling brightly. It tells what about the subject, right? That is, were twinkling brightly becomes your predicate. Next sentence, the little girl was wearing a white gown. So it is telling about the little girl. She was wearing a white gown. So the little girl becomes the subject and was wearing a white gown becomes the predicate. Next, the man and his wife are going to the office. So now it's talking about the man as well as his wife. So this part of the sentence becomes the subject. The man and his wife. Okay. Are going to the office becomes the predicate. Once again I'll tell you, the underlined part is the subject and the remaining part is the predicate. Okay. Here the man and his wife are going to the office is the predicate. Next, my friend and I are trained classical dancers. So my friend and I here becomes the subject. Are trained classical dancers becomes the predicate. Next, my younger brother is studying for his exams. So I am talking about my younger brother. So that becomes the subject. Is studying for his exams becomes the predicate. So now we'll study about the phrase and the clause. So this will be the concluding topic in this video. So what is a phrase? A group of words which makes sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. So when I'll explain this example, it will become clear. So look at the example. It was a sunset of great beauty. So if I just consider of great beauty, so it forms a group of words, right? A group of words. It's forming a group of words of great beauty, but it's making some sense, like great beauty. Okay, you know there is a word great, there is a word beauty. So some sense, but not a complete sense. Like, are you able to understand? If I just say of great beauty, can you make some sense out of it? No. So a group of words which makes sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. Next, look at this. Clause, a group of words which forms part of a sentence and contains a subject and a predicate is called a clause. See, now look at the example. I think you have made a mistake. So now you here is the subject. I'm just considering this part of the sentence, that is, you have made a mistake. So you here is the subject. Okay, we are talking about you. And what is it telling? Have made a mistake. So it contains a subject as well as a predicate, right? So this is a clause. You have made a mistake is a clause. Next example, he laughed. So he is the subject over here. And what does it tell? Laughed. Laughed is the predicate. So this is a clause. Now, both the phrase and the clause may exist in a single sentence. Okay, a single sentence can have both of these, a phrase as well as a clause. So now we'll look at these examples. She is standing on the roof. If I just consider on the roof, a part of the sentence, a group of words on the roof, it's telling you something. Roof, on the roof, roof and all that. But it's like it's not making any sense. You cannot make a sense out of it. So this becomes the phrase. Okay. And she is standing. She is the subject. Is standing is the predicate. So this part of the sentence is the clause. The underlined part on the roof becomes the phrase, and the non-underlined part, she is standing, is a clause. Look at the next example. The cat is sleeping under the table. Under the table is the phrase. The cat is sleeping is the clause. Okay. She is drawing a map. If you consider this part of the sentence is making some sense. Like it's making complete sense. She is the subject, is drawing a map is the predicate. Now if you consider on the wall, it does not make complete sense. So that is the phrase. And she is drawing a map is the clause. So guys, please make a note of all this. That's all for this video. Thank you.